fine. I don't need any directives. Thank you.
Supervisor!
Get off the
Supervisor!
property. Get off the
Supervisor!
property. Get off the property.
Supervisor, stop touching me! Stop touching me! I was standing on the sidewalk.
When they tell you to leave, leave.
There's a sidewalk. Mom! Mom! Mother!
The Governor Day. I'm outside of the governor's mansion over here in Jackson, Mississippi. The threat of arrest.
Yeah, you want a threat of arrest. The fuck ain't around here, man.
Do you know what the First Amendment is?
I don't give a fuck what the First
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've got a couple of videos for you, 4 or 5 minute videos. The first one is a video I found of the audit palooza that the armed fishermen threw last year. I mean, there were millions of auditors there. I mean, you'll recognize all kinds of people in this video. I mean, there's got to be at least thousands there. They're at a bar somewhere down in Florida, I guess. Anyway, let's check out that video first, and then we're going to go to another video of a guy that got Baker acted twice, and he's very upset about it, and corruption and conspiracy and all kinds of things come flying out of his ass. Anyway, let's check out the armed fishermen first. Actually, this video came from one of the main attendants of the Audit Palooza, Big G Audits, who hasn't made a video in months. Anyway, I found it. It's about 9 months old, so let's check it out. Because they're having another one this year, you know, and you don't want to miss that. Anyway, let's get on with it. And I'm going to narrate it because they have music playing in the background and I had to turn it off. As you can see, the place is packed. It's standing room only. And so far, I haven't recognized anyone that's here. Nobody. Big G's taking the film. That guy there, he's from Florida. I recognize him, the guy with the Mr. America shirt on over there. He's that guy that talks with a funny voice, the electronic voice synthesizer. Anyway, let's see who else we can find. Yeah, nope, don't know him. Don't know green hair. Do I know her? Look at that guy. He was huge. What else we got? Who else we got here? I'm looking for some famous. Where's Laya? Where's where's anybody that anyone recognizes? I don't see anybody there. All these guys look like they're Florida auditors. So this is Audit Palooza. I mean, they made millions in ticket sales. It was outstanding, folks. And they're going to do it again this year. I think it was $100 to get in. I happen to know at least one person that got a ticket. They're being real careful. They're screening for this. And they don't want any anti-auditors there, but they got tricked and they don't know it yet. It's fantastic. Anyway, let's get on to the guy that got Baker acted and his whole long, sad story. The guy's name is Coach Rackett, R-A-K-E-T-T. Anyway, with an underscore between Rick and Crackett or whatever the hell it is. And anyway, he's got a whole bunch of short videos on his thing about this whole incident. But I'm still not clear onto why he got Baker acted. It's had something to do with him threatening harm to himself or someone else, allegedly. And his wife called the police, and turns out it's the second time that he's been Baker acted, and he's very upset about it. And he's taken the whole state to court. I think he's in Florida. Anyway, let's check this out.
I feel like I should put a trigger warning for this video you're about to see. This is the full unedited video of the illegal raid that occurred on May 22nd to me and my daughter by the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Mind you, before we even get started with this, they had no signed paperwork in hand and made no attempt to inform me that there was a Baker Act of any sort. They did not have that paperwork on hand until 30 minutes after the detainment and seizure of my weapons.
I clipped through about, I don't know, maybe 10 of his videos that he's got up about this, and the only thing I can deduce from it is his wife called the police because if he was Baker acted, he was obviously a danger to himself or someone else. That's why he got Baker acted. That's why they seized his weapons, and I believe they still have him. He's still fighting this in court as far as I know. And they don't need to have the warrant in the hand. If they have an electronic warrant, they can come get you. If you're being Baker acted, they're not going to call you and say, hey, we're going to pick you up and put you in a mental hospital because you're crazy. They're not going to warn you in advance, dummy. Anyway, let's continue to watch.
On top of that, Baker Act law requires the least restrictive measures. This video shows a clear intent to provoke an escalation and ever-escalating force by the police. Notice how the third man in the stack is armed with a deadly weapon and brandishes, pointing it right at my head with my daughter in the line of fire before I'm even aware that they're there. This is while his buddies are intending to provoke a response by threatening me with tasers and battering me upside the head.
And he doesn't explain why they would be brandishing tasers at him and stuff like that, or pointing weapons at him. Well, it's a Baker Act. You're a known person that possesses weapons. You've obviously or allegedly threatened to harm someone or yourself with those weapons, and that's why they're being super cautious. Anyway, let's watch the actual, the raid.
This is one of the first glaring problems. Baker Acts are supposed to be least restrictive measures, non-violent in nature. Notice how third man in the stack is walking up and shushing my daughter as he's walking up ready to point a weapon at my head. But he's walking up with the weapon at the low ready the entire time, intending to use it. Next, we'll notice that that same man is now brandishing the firearm, fully extended, pointing it right at the back of my head with my daughter in the line of fire.
Now, I felt myself having to do a little research on what he just claimed, that the guy was pointing it right at the back of his head. And I've done some very, very large calculations using calculus, trigonometry, physics, and all sorts of things that, you know, professionals like myself like to use. And I've come to a diagram that is going to show exactly what happened in this situation. Check this out. You'll notice the arm is extended, and if you follow that arm straight through, even with this red line diverted a little to the right, it's missing his head by about, foot and a half, I'd say. When you say that, about a foot and a half. Now let's check out where his head is as compared to what line of fire he's in. And there it is right there, folks. The two do not intersect, and my math skills cannot be questioned. I'm pretty sure I've got this right. The line goes straight out about a foot and a half from his head, and his head's a foot and a half to the right of the lane of fire, whatever the hell you call it. Anyway, I'm not a professional in line of fire stuff. Anyway, let's continue on with the video. This is unrefuted proof right here, allegedly, that I'm right and he's wrong.
Look directly above you, though. That is the timestamp from their own documentation showing that the sheriff's office never received this until 5/18, and I was already locked in the back of that hot cop car for 30 minutes at that point.
And to the best of my knowledge, that is what happens when they have an electronic warrant. The judges signed the warrant electronically. They haven't got it printed out yet. They come to get you because they think you're a danger to the community, and they're just doing their job. They're doing what was reported for them to do. Anyway, that's how they arrested him without an actual physical copy of the warrant. That was printed out a half an hour later.
Notice how the one that was ready to go with the weapon is now putting it back in his holster because there's no weapon to be seen, there's no reason to be provoking deadly force and escalating in that manner. But his friends are already battering me upside the head, grabbing at me, ripping at my hair, and pulling at me without ever showcasing a court order of any sort that shows they had authority to be there.
And in most cases, what happens is that they tell you that there's a warrant for your arrest. Then you demand to see it, and they tell you they can't show it to you because it hasn't been printed out yet. It's an electronic warrant. Then everybody does that. Everybody does that. I don't know who doesn't do that. You don't need the physical printed copy in your hand if there's an electronic warrant. It's all over the system. Anyway, if I am wrong about that, please correct me, but that's what I've seen in dozens and dozens of videos of people being arrested without the physical warrant handy.
Notice how in the video, once it starts playing again, that the guy in the gray with the tactical vest on and the backwards baseball cap, Mr. Cool Guy, is basically jumping over my daughter. This entire situation shows reckless disregard for me and my child's safety, and I would say this crosses into the territory of reckless child endangerment 100%.
At this point, I was certain the guy would produce the written statement by his wife or whoever it was that called in and said he was dangerous. to show us what actually happened. Was it the child that was in danger from him having a weapon? Was it his wife? Who was it? Maybe that's why they separated you from the child so quickly, because she was the one that was in danger. I don't know that, I'm speculating, but they like to clear up the situation pretty quick when somebody could be armed and dangerous. And he's obviously resisting here, although he says he's not.
If this was a regular person and not a cop doing this, they would be prosecuted instantly.
And there's the soft sit Frauditor battle cry. I am not resisting. It's the first words that come out of their mouth as soon as they get arrested. Every single time. You can't miss it. It's a give. It's a tell. You know what I mean?
You are trying to fucking kill me! You are trying to fucking kill me! You are fucking trying to kill me! You are trying to kill me! You are trying to kill me! Ah! Stop! Stop!
They calm? Mind you, this was just the initial seizure. Their behavior afterwards, once they had me in the car, was infinitely worse.
Well, that's the video, folks. I went to his channel, looked it over, and the first 22 videos, I think, of his are him on steroids, allegedly, working out at the gym, and then all of a sudden, the rest of them are all about this one incident here, about how he's holding all the people in that state accountable for having him falsely arrested and put in a nut house twice, having all his weapons seized and stuff like that. He seems kind of calm in the video here. I don't know, he wasn't displaying that kind of behavior in the video, obviously. He was outraged. I mean, they did sneak up on him. I gotta give him that. You know, that would scare me too. I'd probably jump. But anyway, once he saw the uniform, he should have just calmed down, unless he knew he did something wrong, which apparently he did, and so he's in some hot water. I'll keep an eye on this guy. It is Coach Rackett, R-A-K-E-T-T, and an underscore between Coach and Rackett. Anyway, I don't know if that's a pun on tennis or what, but anyway, that's the video, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed my calculus and all that stuff I did there, because that was just amazing. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Love ya. Bye.